Welcome everybody, Brian Evans here with realestateinvestorcoach.com. Thanks for joining me for another video lesson. Today's topic that I'm going to discuss with you is self-directed IRAs, okay? Now I've got a lot of slides here and I've got a great deal of information to share with you, so make sure you've got 10 minutes set aside and a pen and paper handy because the information here is awesome and it can provide you with a lot of wealth, tax-free wealth, tax-deferred wealth, and help your income and your retirement assets grow tremendously. So this is a very important topic and I want to try to make it as clear as possible. Understand I can't go through all the questions and all the topics here regarding self-directed IRAs, but I'm going to do my best to give you a general snapshot to help you understand and help you get started as quickly as possible and know what to do next, okay? So a Roth IRA was created in 1997 by the Taxpayer Relief Act, and it was named after a gentleman. I think his name was William Roth. Okay, and the Roth IRA, it offers more incentives to individuals to help boost their retirement savings. The government wanted people to start investing more in their retirement individually on their own. So that's why this Roth IRA was created. It works by simply this. You can contribute money each year to your IRA, whether it's a traditional or a Roth, and your contribution is made with after-tax dollars, okay? And then the money in your IRA, which is including the earnings that your IRA can make with the investments, can then be withdrawn tax-free as long as you follow the guidelines, okay? So what if you already have a traditional IRA? If you already have one, that's okay. You can start another Roth IRA, or you can convert your traditional IRA into a Roth. Just make sure that you don't exceed your maximum contribution between the two. Okay, if you're allowed to contribute $5,000 a year, then contribute $2,500 in one and $2,500 in the other, or however you want to break it up. Okay, and your adjusted gross income must also be below the threshold to set up a new Roth IRA. And the good news is you only have 1 year to qualify to set up your Roth IRA for life. So you don't have to qualify based on your income status each year. You only have to qualify 1 year to get your Roth IRA set up. Why a self-directed Roth IRA? Well, here's my reason why. It's probably the most incredible device available to create massive tax-free wealth known to man. Plain and simple. I mean, it's a pretty positive and powerful statement, but I firmly believe that. I mean, I'm investing with my self-directed Roth IRA on a regular basis, and it's a fantastic vehicle to grow wealth tax-free. Okay, so although you can only contribute a maximum amount each year, the real benefit that you need to understand here is that you can direct your IRA to invest in houses or other investments, and those earnings can be infinite. And again, those earnings grow tax-free. So the real benefit is not the contribution, not the contribution that you put into your IRA each year, but it's the earnings that you can make from your contributions. That's where the real benefit of this is. So would your IRA own the investment? Yes, your IRA would own the investment. You simply direct the IRA to buy the house or the business or the stock or whatever it is that you're investing in, and you are the beneficial interest of the IRA. Okay, there are lots of ways to invest with the self-directed IRA. I obviously can't get into all of them, but I'm going to get into the main ones that you can potentially start to use on a immediate basis. Number one, you can option a property. Option a property for $100 and then sell the property to a new buyer, and your IRA pockets the difference tax-free. Okay. You can also lease option a property. Lease a property with the option to purchase and then cash out of it when you resell it. Now there are some things you need to be aware of, such as self-dealing and unrelated business income tax, which I'll touch on briefly, but those are two ways to start out with. Number three, you can wholesale a property and flip it for a profit that goes into your IRA. If you have some cash in your IRA and you're buying, a property, you can buy the property with the cash in your IRA and then resell the property. Your IRA then resells the property, and the profit goes into your IRA for whatever you sold the property more than what you purchased it for. Simple as that. You can option or buy paper that's attached to real estate and cash out of it. Same thing like you would do with a house or other investment. You can also act as a private mortgage lender with the money in your IRA. If you have a lot of money in your IRA, or some kind of small substantial amount, then you can be a private mortgage lender to other real estate investors who need private money for their deals, and you can charge a high rate of return, 15, 20%, or whatever you want to charge, and that percentage of return will go directly back into your IRA, again tax-free. So that's another way to do it. Okay. How much does my IRA need to put up an option on a property? Typically no less than $100. What you want to do here is you want to make sure that you can justify a legitimate consideration for a transaction on a property. Most administrators and custodians are going to require at least $100 to option a property. So that's probably what you want to stick with. Okay. What are the negatives? Well, again, there's negatives to everything, but in this case, as long as you stay within the rules, there really aren't any negatives, but there are some things to watch out for, okay? And that's what I'm going to go through with you now. Some things to be cautious of. First of all, don't take an early distribution unless you are prepared to get taxed and penalized. The whole benefit, that reason why the government set this up is so that way you can invest money in your retirement account to grow your retirement assets, so that way they don't have to pay you Social Security down the road. I mean, they want people to start to invest and think about their future on their own. That's why they do this. So if you take money out early or anything like that, you're going to get taxed, you're going to get penalized. So be careful. Don't do that. There's no need to do that. Excuse me. Don't get caught self-dealing with your IRA. Again, I'll talk about that momentarily. Don't make any excess contributions. You can only contribute the maximum amount based on your income level. Don't invest in ineligible investments such as alcohol and different knickknacks and things like that. You need to ask your custodian what you can and cannot invest in. Don't loan money to yourself, and don't loan money to other family members of linear descent. Don't deed properties that you already own into your IRA. That's considered self-dealing also. Okay, you need to keep your IRA separate from yourself. Different investments. Those are different investments. Other things to be cautious of, again, don't loan money to anyone in your linear family. Don't do business with yourself or any entity you control. Very important. You can invest your IRA money into a business, but not an entity or business that you control. Okay, there's got to be a separation there. You can't do self-dealing. Beware of any guaranteed debt with an IRA-owned property. Some people say that you can buy a property with your IRA and have there be guaranteed debt on it. I'm telling you, you need to be careful because there are things such as self-dealing and UBIT, unrelated business income tax, which you need to be careful and watch out for because those things are not good. UBIT, what is UBIT? Well, UBIT stands for unrelated business income tax. You may be subjected to UBIT if you buy assets that are debt financed, which includes buying houses subject to. Even though a loan that you take over subject to is a non-recourse loan, it is still considered debt financed. Okay, so what I would advise you to do is not to buy subject to deals. Instead, have your IRA option the deal from your land trust that got the deed. Okay, there are lots of other ways around this. Be careful that you don't cross over any lines here. And again, ask your custodian if you have any questions specifically about your self-directed IRA investments. What happens if I get caught self-dealing? Well, you don't want to get caught. Don't self-dealing, you won't get caught. Okay, your account is no longer, if you do, your account is no longer treated as an IRA, and penalties could equal the entire contents of the account. Think about that. If you've got $100, $500, or $1 million or whatever in your self-directed IRA, I mean, you could get penalized up to the full entire contents of that account. That's incredible. It's something you definitely want to avoid doing. Again, just stay within the rules and you'll be fine. Okay. So something I wanted to show you here is if you compare the math between investing outside your IRA and investing inside your IRA, it's pretty astonishing. First example is this. If you invest $100,000 at a 15% interest rate outside of your IRA per year, mind you, for 20 years, considering you have a 35% tax bracket, then you would have $799,439 after tax after 20 years. Okay. However, if you took that same $100,000 and invested that same $100,000, 15% per year, in a self-directed IRA or Roth IRA, then you would have $1.9 million in change. A huge difference. So obviously you can see here that there are phenomenal benefits of investing your money through a self-directed IRA. So what you need to do is focus on getting money into the self-directed IRA, grow that money as quickly as possible, and then invest that money into other investments such as being a private lender, quick turning properties, flipping properties, and things like that. So that way you can continue to grow those earnings in your Roth IRA as quickly as possible and tax-free for life. Roth IRAs are fantastic. The company that I use for my personal self-directed Roth IRAs is Equity Trust Company, okay? And you can check them out by going to www.trustetc.com, trustetc.com, Equity Trust Company. They can answer all your questions. They take care of me, and I'm sure they'll take care of you. So with all that said, I know I covered a lot of information in a very short period of time, but I've got to end you with this thing here, a disclosure. You know, every situation and every investment is different, and you should always consult your attorney and your custodian with every investment that you have. So if you have questions, get your answers before you make any decisions, okay? You can make a lot of money and a lot of tax-free money in your self-directed IRA, but you got to do it the right way. So once again, this is Brian Evans. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're not a Real Estate Investor Coach insider, go to realestateinvestorcoach.com. Sign up there to become an insider, and together we'll make tax-free money together. I'll talk to you soon.